Welcome to The Relevance of Now with William Linville. My name is Michael Connell. Today on The Relevance of Now, William's going to address what do I truly have control over? And this is a message that he's been sharing for years and years and years. It's something that I've find super powerful distinction for us to clarify with ourselves when we're feeling out of control. And William, what do we or I truly have control over?
Well, when you really step back into yourself as yourself and take a breath, you look at the two major things you honestly have control over, which is your actions and your reactions. Now, what I find interesting is why you react and how you act. What are you reacting to and why? What actions are you acting on or portraying and why? What's fueling your actions and what's fueling your reactions? Is it love? Is it fear? Is it survival, which still fits under fear? Is it expression, which is more totally about love, light beingness, of the expression of you, your uniqueness of your heart and your presence? Or is it survival driven based on what's going on all around you from the actions and the reactions from others' behavioral mannerisms in the outside world?
Yeah, because so often when we get into fear mode about something that could happen in the future, might happen, or anxiety we might feel when we have, many things going on at the same time. Why I find this so powerful to ask in the moment is it solidifies that I don't have control over the future or other people or other people's reactions. I don't have, totally control over what's going to happen to me, my body, how it's going to act or react to certain situations. But when I clarify that I only have control over what I'm going to do right now, what choice I'm going to make right now, all of a sudden, all the energy comes right down to the now.
Absolutely. The only place that you actually exist.
Right. And that's the only place where we're really not reacting unless we're listening to our true self.
Yeah. And you're connected with yourself as yourself. And it goes even beyond that, Michael, where right here, right now, you start to realize that absolutely, absolutely everything, I really mean everything, is fully, thoroughly, completely taken care of. Your
Right.
body can breathe. Your body is functioning. All of your whole body is working together right here, right now. Everything's provided for right here, right now. Now we're really connecting with you, not about tomorrow, not about yesterday, not about what may be, what may not be. We're totally out of our headspace, observing what is.
And what I found, William, to overcome survival mode of the physical body, we really
Mm-hmm.
have to surrender to when we're going to move on from the body and quote unquote die. I've had to come to terms with I'm comfortable when that happens. I'm not in total control of it. And I want to live, I want to enjoy, but at the same time, I have to surrender to, if it's my time to go right now, then since I'm not in total control over it, that's okay.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, buddy, because it's so interesting. Because, now here we are, totally present within your presence, where even that starts to arise. And these interesting questions that start to arise within yourself, especially since we're no longer being ran around by a soul level, karmic lattice work level, no longer being ran around by cause and effect. We're no longer being ran around by vows, contracts, or agreements. So we start to receive now, since we're right here, right now, in the relevance of the now, the only place you exist, start having these thought forms, these ideas arise, these questions arise. And they sound like, Michael, are you ready to leave the planet? Michael, are you having a blast? Michael, are you enjoying being in a body on a planet? Michael, are you ready to step out of the body, make a full transition? So we're now, you're even more, we're totally wide awake, fully alert to if, when, as, or how, if you will, are you ready to step off the planet, make a full transition home? Or are you ready to fully move into the body, wide awake, fully alert for more and more adventures? Now, it's the surrender part I love because it's like, all right, it's going to be what's going to be. And right here, right now, the only thing that is real is right here, right now. All the rest is in the head. Am I having a blast?
Right. And I'll add for me is okay, I'm not having a blast right now. And yet that's my intention. That's what I'm moving towards. Yeah, I have some thought patterns that don't make me feel good. And my intention is to address them and move beyond them.
Yeah,
So I can have a blast. And it really comes down to this is when we're doing the course we're doing, expanding your presence, being and becoming your true self. It really comes down for me with the understanding that number one, I am creator incarnate. I've created this journey and coming into this journey. I've come into this journey with certain blockages, judgments, beliefs that I've chosen to come into this journey with. And so what's unfolded over time is that it's like I'm just playing a game of getting rid of them.
absolutely.
I mean, it's almost like I've come to the point that it is a game. It's like, okay, I see you over here. Like, or, yes, my thought patterns can still dull me down, shut me down. And where I'm not feeling as vibrant, that occurs. And yet I'm going to surrender and open and accept that that's what is. And yet at the same time, I only can affect how I'm acting and reacting right now.
Absolutely.
And so
And
I'm going to choose actions and reactions that are assisting me in feeling more joyful.
and you brought up a really great point, Michael. If I'm not having a blast right here, right now, regardless of what it is, regardless of what is going on around you, let's step back for a moment, ask ourselves right here, right now. Number one, what am I giving power to? What am I judging right here, right now? What am I letting, even by default, give my power away to and letting take away myself having a blast of myself as myself, with myself, through myself? What am I taking so serious in this body, on this planet, in this world, that I'm letting it drain me of having a blast and of my life force?
Hmm.
to take me having a blast away from myself and fully enjoying myself? What is it right now that I'm letting take me away from me?
Yeah.
Which is another action reaction, something you have a total say so over. So then let's take a breath for a moment. Let's ask ourselves, what am I giving myself away to or my power away to? What am I judging to be XYZ? Because with anything and everything, regardless of what it is, once we remove the judgment, and the way judgment works is I really want you to bring you back to you, just right into your heart center right now, right into your presence right now. And you, as creator incarnate, let's claim yourself. I am creator incarnate. And I, as creator, are commanding this perceptional judgment because it's no more different than I command, let there be light and there is light. So right now, as creator incarnate, I'm commanding this situation, scenario, or perceptional judgment to be XYZ. So we also have the power to uncommand it to be XYZ.
Right.
And let's welcome back all of our energy, all of our power, all of our soul fragmentations to ourself right here, right now, cleared and purified. Where now we can welcome back all of yourself right here, right now, of yourself as yourself and through yourself, to where now we can still see it all for what it is. And now, is it going to change the situation? Not necessarily, except we're no longer supporting the judgment or the situation. We're no longer letting it confine nor define yourself. But the part I love is now we have the power to decide to still be in that situation or to walk beyond that situation. See, no one's making you be in any or every scenario. Now we're bringing it right back to yourself and even asking yourself, what am I getting from this? What am I getting out of it? What is it doing for me? Because everything has a benefit, absolutely everything. And what am I getting from it? What am I gaining from it? And now we have clarity. So now we can decide, okay, you know what? Do I wish to be here or not? Everything, I'd say everything, you have a choice. Everything, you have an option. I grew up this way and blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. We can all justify our way out of a paper bag in the middle of a sewer in the Bronx. We can all justify all of this, all of that, but justifying's not getting you anywhere because right here, right now, as you within you, as the relevance of you, as your presence, as creator incarnate right now, we have total say so over now, either having no definition or deciding how we're going to let ourselves be defined.
Which goes back to a podcast we did on, are you experiencing life or are you expressing through it?
Which is very important and a very important distinguishment and discernment.
Right.
Because now, I really want everyone to be right here in the relevance of the now, in your presence, and really taking in and taking on the you are creator, the beautiful divine facet of and as creator that you are. You being that facet makes you creator, expressing through the physical embodiment that happens to have a body and just happens to have a mind. You're not the ego, that was man-made, but you bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, so be it. But now we also have the clarity now that you're not it. But now we have also the ability to decide, okay, are we going to let it define you? Are we going to let it take you for a ride? Or are we just going to say, all right, hey, whatever works for you. But now, how do I feel about things? How do I see things through my eyes now, not just through the eyes of all this stuff that has been inundated and taught.
Right.
To where we can now start anew with, okay, am I going to react through life? Am I going to act through life? But now we're well aware that we have total power, total control over two things: our actions and reactions. Are we going to let others' behaviors control what you do when you do it? Or are we going to have a good chuckle and now do what feels appropriate for you? Kind of like with Michael sharing about death. It's funny. There's many different lines about that. There's the line around the moment you're born, you're dying. There's a lot of truth to that. Not exactly the happiest way to look at things, but there's also the truth that the more you're waking up, accelerating in vibrational frequencies and megahertz of light, you're activating youth vitality chromosomes, which is accessing the fountain of youth within your body, which is also true. Now, you are eternal. You can be here in this body as on this planet long as you wish to. You can leave as soon as you wish to as well. But it's really about what happens and occurs when you enter into the womb between the second and third trimester in the womb and when you depart the physical. That's the part here that matters the most, is what are we playing with in between?
Mm. Yes, thank you, William. There's a real opportunity for all of us as we're moving towards being and becoming our true self and feeling the enjoyment that is there while we're in this body on the planet, and asking ourselves whenever we feel overwhelmed or any other emotion that's blocking us, okay, what am I going to do about it? I have control over my actions and reactions. So what am I going to do right now? What actions am I going to take? That's what we have control over.
Totally.
Hmm.
And the freedom to allow yourself to express in your own uniqueness. I say your uniqueness based in vibratory frequencies, tones, coloresqueness, not programming.
Sweet. Very sweet, William. Thank you so much for that clarity and all the clarity you provide us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is The Relevance of Now with William Linville. Please click subscribe. Join us next time. Namaste.
Namaste.